Alright, what's up? This is my first ever video. I highly doubt anything is going. I highly doubt this is gonna go anywhere. I I have very low faith that I'm going to be that I'm going to turn into anything. Yes, I am screen recording this on a almost dead iPhone. Because I'm not a YouTuber or anything. I literally just got bored and decided to make a video. Anyway, we are ranking martial arts. I'm going to go ahead and briefly explain my background. So, I have 8 years of experience in ITF Taekwondo. If you don't know the difference between ITF and WTF, it's very similar. Actually, no, it's not very similar. I'm going to go ahead and contradict myself there. It's not similar. ITF has a lot of punches. We tend to hit harder. More effective techniques, more traditional, less flashy. It was the original Taekwondo style. And then, I don't know when this was. It was either the 90s or the early 2000s. We created a new style for the Olympics, WTF Taekwondo, World Taekwondo Federation. Very flashy, not a lot of punches, not so good, not good at all. No offense to anyone who trains WTF, but not that good. It's not horrible. It's not the worst. It's better than Aikido, but it's not the best thing you could have. ITF stands for International Taekwondo Federation. WTF stands for World Taekwondo Federation. And then I kind of ventured into MMA a little bit. My main art is still Taekwondo. I still train Taekwondo, but I know stuff from other arts. I call myself an MMA practitioner. All right, here we go. Starting off strong, MMA, most effective, definitely. Well, yeah. This is ranking martial arts on the street, so assuming you were attacked on the street. MMA, most effective, just because it has everything you need. Everything you need. BJJ, hot take, it's going to go in okay. Let me explain myself before you run to the comments to insult me. It's not ideal to go onto the ground in the street. If it's a controlled environment, like you have your homies surrounding you, you know no one's going to attack you, boom, it's going right up to most effective. But we are in an unknown, there could be hundreds of unknown variables. The guy could have a weapon. He could have friends that are going to start soccer kicking you when you lock that armbar in. All that stuff. And it's going to go in okay just because you do not want to go to the ground in a street fight. That is the biggest thing. If you can avoid going to the ground, you're good. All right, we have Muay Thai. That's going in most effective because it's literally MMA without groundwork. It's MMA without grappling. And as we just said, going to the ground is not ideal. So if you could have everything from MMA minus the thing you don't want to do, it's going to most effective. Kung Fu, it's going in meh. Not trash, because there are hundreds of different styles of Kung Fu, and I don't know all of them. Some of them might be good. But, like, if you've dedicated your life to Kung Fu, you probably know how to fight. It's not the best thing you could have by any means, but it's not horrible. It's not the worst thing you could have. All right, karate completely depends on the style. We have Kyokushin karate, most effective. Point style karate, meh. So we're gonna put it in okay, just because. Yeah, right between point style and Kyokushin. Taekwondo. I'm gonna be biased here. No, I'm not gonna be biased. I'm very inclined to be biased here. I'm gonna say okay. I'm going to say okay, just because it's not horrible. It's not great. It's not horrible. It's a fun art to train. It translates very well into MMA. Like, if you learn to punch, you learn to clinch, you learn to throw knees and elbows like I did. I learned all that stuff. Taekwondo is an absolute beast. But if you do pure Taekwondo, it's not the best possible thing you could do. All right, Judo. Straight up there with most effective. At first, it will seem, if you don't know too much, it will seem as if I'm contradicting myself because I said you don't want to go to the ground. But there's a difference between throwing somebody to the ground and throwing them to the ground and then following them to the ground, right? Judo, in my humble opinion, the best thing you could do in a street fight is this dude comes up to you, grab him, hip toss him or some shit like that, run away. Best thing you could do. It stuns them, right? They're going to be a bit disoriented after being chucked to the ground. It humbles them, right? So they're going to be less inclined to attack you again. And it gives you an opportunity to run. Best thing you could do is use a takedown. So I'm going to say judo is most effective. Krav Maga. I don't know much about Krav Maga. I don't even know how to fucking pronounce it. Is it Krav Maga or Krav Mega? I'm going to say Krav Maga because that's how I've heard it pronounced. From what I've seen, I'm going to put it in okay. Right? Just because I know their whole thing is like training for the streets, but from what I've seen, they like to overcomplicate things. No offense to any Krav Maga practitioners. Right there. See, I put it right with my own art, so I'm definitely not insulting it. All right, Aikido. No comment, just trash. I don't even need to say anything. I'm just going to put it in trash. Wrestling, same thing as judo. Best thing you could do is take someone down and run. So it's going in most effective. Kickboxing. I'm going to put it in effective. It's not too bad. It's not the best possible thing, right? Because someone grabs you, unless it's like K1 and you know how to throw a knee. If someone grabs you, it's not ideal, and most street fights will start at very close quarters, like clinching range, but it's not horrible by any means, so I'm going to put it in effective. Boxing, same thing. I think boxing even has a little bit more clinch techniques than kickboxing, so I'm going to put it up in most effective. All right, that's my tier list. Yeah.